Thank you very much for joining us. Now, the French anti-jihadist military force in Mali handed control of the camp at Timbuktu to the Malian army on Tuesday after almost 9 years of uninterrupted presence in the northern area of the country. What does this portend, and how will it affect the fight against terror in the sub-region?
Well, we must know that after 9 years, the first time that the Malian troops will be at the first line of the fight against terrorism in the region, in the country. For me, this is quite a good news because this situation finally was, how to say, totally like a strategy of the Western, the international community to have the priority of the fight against terrorism. And it's a good news that you have French Malian armies, which is at the front line. But at the same time, this reconfiguration should need that the Malian army take more engagement, more responsibility, more serious internal and good governance inside the security apparatus, and have to challenge all the question of human rights, of civilian protection. I think it's a good news, but the reconfiguration should give more responsibility to Malian army. And in the region, I think it's not a total reshufflement, withdrawal of the French troops. It's a reorganization. And there should be a common, I can say, a kind of collaboration between the Malian armies and also the French troops on the aerial support, and also in terms of information. So for me, this situation it's a new challenge, but I think it's something very important for the Malian state to be at the first line of this fight against terrorism.
A fair position, anyone would say. But let's look at it again from this angle. The French President Emmanuel Macron will next week travel to Mali for his first meeting with transitional leader Colonel Assimi Goïta, who led the coup last August that ousted the country's elected president. What do you think will be on the table for discussion?
I think that meeting will be like an exercise for Emmanuel Macron to clarify I can say the dividing points or the tension points which are between the Malian and the French government. We can guess that Emmanuel Macron will try to explain again the reconfiguration of the military Barkhane operation first. And secondly, we try to get from the Malian, the transitional authorities to clarify the agenda concerning the election, regarding the election, which was the first presidential election was programmed to February 2022. And third, I think inevitably they will discuss about the Wagner subject. The French doesn't want, they claim it for many times that they doesn't want to have this Russian mercenary company on the Sahel region. So they will try to convince the Malian authorities to not to contract with this Russian company.
Okay, just before I let you go, let's find out. I mean, what is the sense that people are expressing with the withdrawal of the French troop around Timbuktu area?
Yeah, we must know that there is strong feeling among the population that it was a failure, that the intervention of French intervention in the region. And quite now, I think there is a kind of feeling that the Malian army should take responsibility and should be at the first line. And that's why I was saying that is a good news for people, but that means that the Malian authorities, politicians, and also the military elites should be aware of this big responsibility to be at the first line. Because it's not easy, it is important to be at the first line, but it's another thing that to have, a great responsibility in terms of have good results in fighting the terrorist groups, but also in terms of protection of civilian rights. So this is a big challenge, and the people are waiting for that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fahiraman Rodrigue Koné. It's a pleasure to speak with you as always.